Alright everybody, welcome back and welcome into my 5th day of the FTMO challenge. As you can see, we are having a look at gold, but I'm going to tell you straight away, today was a no trade day, in the means that, I didn't even open my broker account. I just sat and while working, because I was still working today, I said, you know what, I'm going to just watch New York, how it plays out, if there's anything that I can learn, but no actively trading. And there's a reason for that. I was busy with other stuff in personal life. So my daily mission today was to look at the charts and not take any single trades. But still, I wanted to chart up, see the price action, how it was unfolding, how it was on the 15 minutes, how it was on the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 minute. Because as I told you, this is what my what I'm working towards. So as you can see, this is the whole day on the 15-minute chart. We are here now from London Open. We see that we had pretty aggressive rejection at the same highs, and then we started making lower highs and lower lows up until the late New York, where not even that late, but sort of the last few hours, late New York, when price from here made his way to exactly the 4-hour price sensitivity area that you can see here. It's yellow because it's based on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, it reacted here on the 10th and 11th of May, reacted again the 4-hour candle close here 17th of May, and reacted yesterday, and reacted exactly today. You can also see on the 1 hour, but even on the 15-minute, and especially also on the 1 minute, this price sensitivity area has been quite crazy, and as you can see, very, very respected on the dot, even on the 1 minute chart. Okay, let's go back, and as you can see, yes, on the 1 minute, the price action is not that clean. As you can see, we have a London Open, which brings us possibly with the break below the previous lows, break a retest, maybe a possible 45, 47 pips scalp up until these previous lows, which was actually and possibly one of the best PSA, like this, instead of that one. This one not really respected, but as you can see, we can draw a trend line. I drew this after this lower high being printed. This is doing New York rejection, lower highs being printed. Yes, we still have a lot of price points where I am thinking as if I was trading. So when I was looking at the chart, one of the possible entries was to see the break below this level, because we had this price action sort of free. So maybe yes, as you can see, this is New York Stock Exchange. But as you can see, even we're going to see on the 1 minute, but even on the 15 minutes, the price action was not so clean. One thing is that this 15 minute possibly was the one that closed below this previous PSA, and then in the next 15 minutes gave like 39 pips scalp to the previous price sensitivity area. Otherwise, as you can see, doing New York was quite messy, and it's something that I've been seeing quite a lot. A messy New York, just having more clear look on the 30 minutes how this candle close was a perfect pin bar, perfect liquidity grab to then continue up for 100 pips. And as you can see on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, this hourly close exactly as a nice candle setup. But I mean, it's very difficult because I mean, you enter here, where do you place the stop loss? 50 pips. I mean, it's something that the hourly 4 hour for me are just for consideration of the high time frame. As you can see, the 15 minutes, yes, was aggressive liquidity gap, but as well, this 15-minute candle closed below the trend line. The next one stayed below, so this could have been a continuation bearish, and this is like 30 pips, 38, 40 pips. On the 1 minute, the price action that was possibly seen, and this, I actually have the pictures. Let me just show you them. 18, okay, well, this, so as you can see, continuation and failure to make new highs during New York after the 4 hour candle open. This one was 30 pips, or possibly waiting for another candle. Maybe you enter here, you take a loss, or maybe waiting for this very aggressive momentum. This candle is closing strong, and you enter like 20 pips stop loss, and you see that now the price is pushing. We are in a very high volume time, and the price is pushing with the momentum. And this is a further entry below, even here was an entry below the hourly PSA, and to take advantage of the breaker retest, take advantage to the final push, like 30, 35 pips to the 4 hour PSA. And this one was the same, but seen on the 15 minutes. So is the one that I just explained to you and told you about. This one, the candle is closing. You wait for the top wick to be made, and then you enter and take like 30 pips pretty easily on the 15 minutes, as you can see, because it also stayed quite a lot here. It's not like it jumped back up. So you add your time to take your partials, your full position, or whatever. And as well, on the 1 minute, I mean, on the 15 minute, they bounce back up. I mean, it's not that clear. This is a possible reaction, so you wait the very next candle, unless you take a live entry. It's closing at a very strong PSA. I mean, I don't want to buy against this price action. If you want to see on the 1 minute, looks much more clean. As you can see, starting from the bottom, we have the first reaction at the hourly PSA, 4 hour PSA. A very clean breaker retest, aggressive move, a very clean breaker retest of the hourly and the previous highs, but we are still very, very much downtrend, counter trend, because as you can see, we are making still lower lows. So this one can easily be a sort of sell point, because if you were watching, I mean, this is if we were like here, this is so bearish. This could be the end of the pullback. 1, 2, 3 candles at a very busy PSA. So I'm not sure I would buy here with these candles. But then you see price keeps going. I mean, you see the reaction are perfectly at the hourly hour PSAs, and you can take one here or one here. Oh, I mean, if you wait for above here, it's very, very small. It's like 30 pips of a trade, and you are very close to the top of the range. So you might think about, okay, let's wait. And if you stick to your bias, you stick, okay, no, I don't care about the bullish push, let it go. I want to enter in my main high time frame bias. Then you have this double top, break, retest, retesting the trend line, retesting the PSA, and then still going 30, 40 pips bearish, another retest of the trend line and the PSA, and in continuation bearish. But of course now the volume is not anymore is big, is low, because it's a Friday afternoon, and also look at this rejection. So as you can see, this on the 15 minute, we could have taken some entries. On the 1 minute, even some few, the price action is looking quite different, but as you can see, this looks like it was a clean breakery test, but doing live trades, unless you, if you shift, it's quite risky because it's a counter trend. So I don't want to be too much fascinated about it. Can be very tricky. And I'm going to study, as I think I told you already, I'm going to study the 30, 15 minutes time frame, either for clean, trading on this time frame, or like, okay, let's say we are here and we start seeing that the price, okay, yeah, it doesn't make sense, that the price is impulsively moving bearish, and either think about taking a live entry with like 20 pips of range, possibly more, or waiting, or okay, now the price is closing below. Let me jump back on the 1 minute and see where can I take an entry. Okay, we are here. So let me wait for a breakery test, as I know how to take it. On the 1 minute, I know that there is a possible confirmation, or maybe I just, okay, candle close here is making a top wick when it is flipping, which would be this making here is making a top wick and then flipping. You enter here, then I should jump back into the is here 1836. Then I could jump back on the 1 minute. So okay, it's making the top wick. Let me check the confirmation of the entry here on the 1 minute, or maybe I enter here, let's say like this. I enter, of course not this big, let's say 15 pips. Okay, but is 15 pips a good enough range? If I'm here, what do I want to cover? Maybe goes to grab liquidity here, maybe goes grab liquidity to this hourly PSA. So what do I want to do? What is a possible range? Okay, I enter on the 15 and then I go back here and say, okay, you know what? This stop loss is not enough, because as you can see on the 1 minute is not covering the full PSA. So let me place the stop loss based on the 1 minute, which is like 25 pips. Okay, and then my TP. So of course this requires different position sizing and possible much different risk management, because let's say we enter here, we have the same stop loss, or possibly even more. Let me just go here, and we see that the price is pushing. Maybe we don't take our partials because we don't know. Then we see that the price is pushing back. We're back to the entry. Then in this case, we should start, if we want to do this especially on the 15-minute time frame, maybe we should adopt the Raja style risk management. Okay, let me cut the position in half, because the price went in my direction, but then it started retracing back. So if the trade was a premium, it would have kept going, or either shown some reaction at this hourly PSA. Due to the fact that it's retracing, I'm not safe anymore. So I don't want. Maybe I take 50% here, and then if it goes to my stop loss, it's only half of the position. So it's very well risk managed. But as well, the same is if then the price after doing this, let's do this, okay, after doing this, then jumps and goes back up, back down, I am with 50% of my position, and then I don't have to be upset of the, okay, you see, if I stayed here, then I would have taken the full TP with the full position. It's very different. It's a very psychologically different, and it has to be acknowledged beforehand, because I have to be clear. For me, it has to be clear that okay, losing less is much more important than winning more. If I want to adopt this the risk management style, otherwise I will just be thinking, you see, I kept this, but as you can see here, I would have lost and then went into my direction. But if I lose less, then I am, as I showed you before, more willing to give another chance to the trade. And since this trade is not, or maybe here with a strong confirmation, and this trade is not going back to my entry anytime soon, then I don't have to cut a position and then I take a full win, instead of taking a full loss and then being afraid to take a full win. So it's something that is, I have to think about it and study for some time the 15-minute chart with the Raja style, if I want to adopt it, if I want to see these things, the momentum in the same way. But as I told you today, no trades. So we are still, we're closing the week at minus 0.9%. And that's it. That's it for the week. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys on Monday.